Hello, my name is Dram McGinnis, and my project is about the economic crisis in Honduras. Didn't know about it? Well, you're not alone. Here's a few interviews of Bremerton High students, asking them how much they know about Honduras and what people do to earn a living there. The truth is, Honduras is located in the middle of Latin America, bordering Nicaragua and Guatemala. It is mostly known for its sandy beaches and great sailing resorts. And it's also a stopping point for American cruise ships and a center for tourism in Central America. That being said, Honduras is still the second poorest country in Latin America. Think of it in these terms. The USA GDP was about $15 trillion last year. Yes, even this bad economy, we are still the richest country in the world by far. China comes in second with about $11 trillion. So what is Honduras' GDP? Well, it's about $35 billion. This means that Bill Gates could buy the country and still have $14 billion to spare. The United States could actually buy Honduras 4,285 times. My point being is that Honduras is very, very poor, and in its present economic condition, there's only one way for a person to earn a decent living, and that's by hunting lobster. Now, when people think of lobster being collected, they think of people dragging nets along the bottom of the ocean and laying down traps. But in reality, these people are so poor that they must actually go down, diving deep into the ocean, and collect the lobster themselves. Making matters worse, Honduran divers only have second-hand air tanks with no gauges, old masks, and air tubes that are half rubber, half duct tape. Oh, and most of the time, they go hunt for lobster, they have to crown themselves in fishing boats with up to 100 other men, because they can't afford single boats themselves. The alternative is to go out in pairs in old canoes and paddle out into the ocean, where one person dives while the other stays in the boat. So the conditions aren't ideal. The biggest danger divers face is called decompression sickness, commonly referred to as the bends. What happens when a diver goes deep underwater is nitrogen is broken down and absorbed into their tissues. The problem is, when they ascend back up to the surface, if they go too rapidly, they will form bubbles in their joints along their elbows, hands, knees, and ankles. This can leave all of their joints aching and in severe pain, and in worst cases, permanent paralysis and even death. If an American diver was suffering from decompression sickness or the bends, they would be rushed to a decompression chamber, where they would stay for 4 days as the nitrogen is let out of their bodies slowly. Of course, in Honduras, there's only one decompression chamber, and on average, it is 6 hours away from most dive sites. If a diver somehow got there within about 2 hours and could afford the treatment, they would regain movement in their wrists, shoulder, and elbow. But in the majority of cases, the legs are permanently paralyzed. If you were to walk around a slum in Honduras, seeing men in crutches or wheelchairs is not an unfamiliar sight.